Welcome back to Film Fetish. I'm your host CJ, and you already know what today is. That's right, it's part 2 of my favorite westerns list. So let's go ahead and get into it. First up today, we have the supernatural western High Plains Drifter, starring Clint Eastwood in his 3rd appearance on the show. Now, it's a standard western. Guy comes down to town, he's got no name, he's there to cause trouble for bandits and corrupt local officials. Later in the film, it's discovered that our protagonist may in fact be the vengeful spirit of a murdered sheriff, leading to this amazing final showdown where the villains are picked off and murdered one by one. The film overall is top-notch and is a great early directorial effort by Eastwood himself. If somehow in the last 30 years you haven't seen this movie, please check it out. Next up is quite possibly my favorite western of all time. The film in question is the last film by John Wayne, The Shootist, which follows a retired gunfighter discovering he has cancer, so he spends the rest of the film trying to tie up his loose ends. Now, there isn't really anything else to say about the story. All you need to know is that the tone of the film is very bleak, and it's also pretty heartbreaking considering that John Wayne was in fact dealing with cancer in real life, and he did pass away shortly after the film's release. The film is excellent, and I highly recommend you go to check it out to see John Wayne in one of his greatest performances, and a young Ron Howard playing a young protege of his. Now we head into the horror western territory with 2015's Bone Tomahawk, written and directed by S. Craig Zahler, and starring my man, Kurt Russell. Now this movie is dark, and it is gruesome, which means obviously it's a ton of fun for me. The plot follows a posse, led by Russell's character, as they hunt down a cannibalistic tribe of troglodytes who have kidnapped the town nurse and a deputy. He's not very important, he's in the movie for like 2 scenes. What follows is a bunch of quick-witted dialogue, brutal death scenes, and some incredible cinematography. I do highly recommend this film, as long as you've got a pretty strong stomach. Next up is the incredible western Tombstone, starring Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer, and the always amazing Powers Booth. Now the movie pretty much speaks for itself. We have Wyatt Earp versus a bloodthirsty gang of bandits. Now Val Kilmer in particular shines as Doc Holliday. This movie has it all, from the OK Corral shootout to this dramatic ending that I'm pretty sure didn't happen in real life, but the movie's a masterpiece. Check it out ASAP. Last film of the day is my favorite director's first foray into the western genre. We have Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained. This film is ridiculous, and it is quite possibly one of the most adored films in my, wall. Now, the plot of the film follows a German dentist turned bounty hunter enlisting the help of our slave Django in hunting down a team of bandits. They soon form a bond and ultimately become partners. This leads to our duo hunting down Django's wife at a massive plantation house owned by the incredible Leonardo frickin' DiCaprio. As I said at the beginning, this movie is awesome and I love every second of it. Christoph Waltz and Jamie Foxx are perfectly matched as our lead duo. This film just works on every level and I have no complaints. Check it out. Now that was my complete list of favorite westerns. Are there more? Absolutely. But these films in particular happen to catch my attention more than others have, and the list reflects that. Are there any others you particularly would have liked to see on this list? Or any other lists you'd like to see me do? Please feel free to leave those in the comments below. As usual, if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe for future content. This has been Film Fetish. As usual, I'm your host CJ, and remember, keep it lowbrow.